I'd like to take you to one of my favourite area of Plantsman's Corner. 7 years ago there was nothing here. In the village of Barningham there's a stream that comes down through the centre of the village. It goes underwater and rises up again for a short while in this nursery. Now years ago I had to decide what to do with it, to cover it over or to turn it into a garden. That there is the top bar hive, that's one of my beehives. Anyway, I decided to make a garden out of it. I'm not particularly a garden designer, but there was nothing here. So I want to show you what you can do in 7 years. I've entranced the area with a couple of piceas. This is Picea skylands. In the winter they're golden yellow, and they have a lax habit which hangs down beautifully. There you can see it. Also here is a beautiful cryptomeria, Sekansuki. Again, it's fully winter hardy. It has the most beautiful sort of golden, again a lax habit. I like lax habits, weeping things, because they seem to add movement. Also in the stream area I've put lots of hostas and regersias. I had a swarm the other day of bees, so here you can see they're in a nucleus box and they're happily building away there. I'll make another hive and put those in about a month's time. There are two maples. This is Senkaki. Now Senkaki has lovely autumn foliage, lovely spring foliage, but primarily it's grown because its stems in the winter, as they ripen, are bright coral red. Given a sheltered area, you don't get the damage to the red bark that you sometimes get when they're grown in exposed areas. Sometimes they go black. Shinsoja, another maple, a variegated form, that loves it here next to the water. In front of it is a regersia. I've used various hostas. Samurai, blue angel. Samurai is a lovely. Look at the colour on that, the definition. We've had a shower and the water looks like little jewels over the leaves. It's a delightful thing. Over the way there is another one called Niagara Falls. This isn't exactly Niagara, but it is a fall. The water comes in under the wall and down through. Here are some ferns. Now the fern I like is Metusa strathiopteris, the ostrich plume fern or the shuttlecock fern. It's quite dramatic and it spreads by underground runners and it's brilliant for propagating. If you do them from spores, they take some time, several years. But with the underground runners, you can have a really nice plant for sale within about 2 years. It's a lovely cornice here. I have a passion for dogwoods. This is called Whiting Select. It will be in flower for, I don't know, 6 weeks. And I know the purists are going to say they're bracts, they're not true flowers. Right, okay, they're not true flowers, but they look like bloody flowers to me, so that'll do. I have two trees by this water, both are alders. Actually, I have three, but I'll come to the other one in a moment. This is alder, Ulmus imperialis, with the lovely lacy foliage. Again, it has that lax habit that I'm so fond of. At the head of this little water feature, it's not really a water feature, it's just using what's here, I put a little pine. This is Pinus Black Prince. As I say, there was nothing here 8 years ago, 7 years ago. So even these trees, which have grown in really well now, have added that maturity. And it shows you what you can do after just 7 years. The tree here is a golden alder. It's one of my favourites because in the winter it's beautifully gold. Not in the winter, in the summer the leaves are quite golden. The shoots are gold. The young shoots on the branches are gold in the winter. And about February time it has these beautiful orange catkins, about 6 inch long, and it's smothered in them. At the other end is another nice tree. It's a birch, Betula ermanii, the ermine birch. And I like this one because of the colour of its bark. It's a sort of beige jobby sort of colour, but it is nice, and I think it'll just get better as time goes by. Two other plants I've used here are Smilacina racemosa, the false Solomon seal. Little plumes of white flowers. These have gone over now. And another favourite of mine, the Japanese Kiringishoma. This is Kiringishoma coreana. There's also Kiringishoma palmata. I can't tell a lot of difference if I'm honest. Both nice. And then late summer, yellow sort of lantern flowers. It's a bit like if you know a chelonia, a turtle head flower. I find it difficult to say turtle head without sniggering. However, the flower is particularly nice, bright yellow, and they go on flowering right until first frosts. I like this area of the garden. It's a nice place to come and sit. And like all gardens, the sound of water is always a pleasure and very relaxing.